Not from Leicester, not from Kettering, and not from Northampton. Live from Market Harborough, this is 95.1 HFM.
HFM Weather in association with the new South Leicestershire Learning Innovation Centre. New location, new ways of learning, new experience for you. For more information, telephone free on 0800 731 6723.
Move on now to Nora Paul in Minneapolis, hopefully. Nora, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Ah, wonderful. Good to hear you, Nora.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night over there. Well, I do appreciate your sacrifice in the interest of art. Whereabouts are you, Nora?
In Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is like smack dab in the middle of the country, up in the north.
Up into the north, smack dab in the middle. There should be a map displayed on the screen, which you won't see because you're not logged on. I think I've probably got Minneapolis rather too far to the east, but I'll revise that map when it's republished.
I'm just to the left of Chicago.
Just to the left of Chicago and the Great Lakes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Nora, just tell us a little bit about the work that you do at the University of Minnesota.
Yes, I'm running an Institute for New Media Studies, which is housed in the Journalism and Mass Communication School. It was part of a new media initiative that was funded by the Minnesota legislature back a couple of years ago, when the president of the university, who has just announced that he's leaving to go back to Texas, he came up to the university and indicated his interest in really beefing up the new media and new technology interests on campus. So he's selected a couple of areas of the university campus and said, figure out how you could really bring in the new technologies and new media influence, and how will it be changing your discipline. So in the journalism school, they completely revamped the university building, the journalism school, and made it be a very high-tech, high-wired, beautiful lab kind of space. And we're changing the curriculum away from channeled training, where somebody picks to be a print journalist or a broadcast journalist, and now it's going to be, when you come to study journalism, you will be studying journalism as it's applied across platforms.
Right, so you're covering journalism in all its aspects across all forms of
Exactly.
media. So
the realization is that there's no monomedia anymore. It's everybody's got their news is being distributed to multiple platforms through multiple channels.
Yeah, I guess as Bob was saying earlier on, the technology has developed to the point where on a modern multimedia computer, you've really got access to all of the media channels to be able to develop your own material.
Right.
So the students on the course, what will be their goal at the end of their training? Will they go into professional career, or?
Primarily, there's a good number that move on to get masters, and then we have a PhD program as well.
Yes.
But it's largely people that'll move on to journalism jobs, or going on to public relations, things like that.
Yeah. So they're being.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you whether there's any community media elements to the work that you do in your centre.
The main connection has been just to the mainstream media right now. Although there was a program that was done with the community newspapers. Minneapolis has got a very strong publishing environment, and there's a wonderful diversity of ethnic newspapers and neighborhood newspapers. So there was one class where students were assigned to go work in one of the neighborhood newspapers.
Yes.
And learn more about community journalism. And as far as the kinds of programs that other people were talking about, places that give opportunities for teens to, particularly teens, to experiment with their creative side and learn some of the skills to be able to create communications packages. There's some real strong programs in Minneapolis.
Yeah. I was over there last year speaking at a conference, and that's when I obviously met you. And one of the other people that I met during this time was Stephen Clift, who is obviously very active in e-democracy. Are you familiar with Stephen's work?
Yeah, he's actually on my board.
All right.
On my board of advisors.
So,
in fact, we're working on a project with a local television station to create a really interesting way to have people be able to interact with candidates during the upcoming elections.
All right, and how will that work?
Well, we're hoping to have it very much issue focused, and something that is that the issues are laid out or described by the citizens, not by the campaign managers. And we're devising a method to elicit from citizens what's going on in their lives that we could then sort of frame as an issue. And then we're going to have a website where the candidates will be asked to respond to these issues. Citizens can also go in and respond to the issues, and you can kind of see where there's a match in how you think and what the candidate thinks.
Yeah, I guess the technology we're using today also lends itself very well to that kind of issue, because it allows people from really any location to interact with each other, view issues on the screen, and then share their views and ideas.
And we're hoping to have it something more directed than just the kind of forum messages that end up being pretty random and not very well threaded together.
Yes.
So we're hoping to have it be a little bit richer of a discussion space than some of those other things. Well,
thank you very much for joining us, Nora. We're almost up to the hour here in the UK. Thank you to all our special guests. I'm just going to play very briefly an extract from as a request. This is for Caffrey.